Bore da. Rowan Williams, former Archbishop of Canterbury, and before that was Archbishop of Wales. He was a Swansea Valley boy. And Rowan Williams said these wonderful words. He said, Jesus is what the entire human race longs to see. Jesus is what the entire human race longs to see. As Christians, thank God we have seen something of Jesus. And with the author of Hebrews, we can say, but we see Jesus, who was made a little lower than the angels for the suffering of death, crowned with glory and honor. As Christians, we see Jesus in the scriptures. We see him in the Old Testament scriptures. We see him in the Gospels as they tell us the life story of Jesus. We see him in the epistles. Think of Paul's words to the church at Colossae, how he reveals to us something of Jesus when he says, he is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn over all creation. For by him all things were created, things in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or powers or rulers or authorities. All things were created by him and for him. He, says Paul, is before all things, and in him all things hold together. And he is the head of the body, the church. He is the beginning and the firstborn from all the dead, so that in everything he might have supremacy. For God, says Paul, was pleased to have all fullness dwell in him, and through him to reconcile to himself all things, whether things on earth or things in heaven, by making peace through his blood shed on the cross. Jesus Christ depicted for us most wonderfully in the scriptures, Old Testament, Gospel, and the epistles. And then, of course, for us as Christians, when we gather together in church, whether at this time online or when we can remember, it's such a long time now, when we used to meet together in our churches, it was the preacher's job, as he expounded the scriptures, always to bring us and lead us to Jesus. There's a chapel in Croissant's, Old Bethel Methodist Chapel. And if you enter the pulpit of that chapel, for the eyes of the preacher alone are the words of the Greeks of old, when they asked, sirs, we would see Jesus. A reminder to the preacher that as he stands in the pulpit, his ministry is not to preach politics or culture or today's issues, moral issues, but rather to reveal to the congregation Jesus, because as the Archbishop said, Jesus is what the entire human race longs to see. However, while we as Christians have seen him in scripture, heard him as he's expounded in preaching, how will the world around us, how will our friends, our neighbours, our families who are yet to know him, how are they going to see Jesus? We're in an age where people don't read their Bibles. They don't attend Sunday school. And school assembly these days are not as Christian based as what they used to be. So how are they going to see Jesus? Well, can I suggest to you this morning, they're going to see Jesus in your life and in mine, in the way that we live our lives. And therefore we need to be very careful. And I pray that God will help me, and God will help you with me. In the way that I conduct my life, the way that I behave, God will help me to reveal Jesus. It was that little poem that read, I am my neighbour's Bible. He reads me when we meet. Today he reads me in my home. Tomorrow in the street. He may be a relative or friend, or slight acquaintance be. He may not even know my name, yet he is reading me. And I trust that as they read my life and your life too, it reveals something of the fragrance and beauty of Jesus. The Archbishop said, Jesus is what the entire human race longs to see. Let's go forth and reveal that Jesus to our entire human race, beginning with our family and friends. God bless you. Have a great day.